welcome back. As more companies look to be more inclusive and diverse, there's one tactic that's proving successful, offering a flexible work arrangement.
Yeah, well, joining us now to talk more about this is Jason Greer, labor and diversity expert and the CEO of Greer Consulting. Jason, always nice to have you with us.
Hey, thank you. It's great seeing you all.
So let's define, what is a flexible work arrangement?
A flexible work arrangement is simply this. It allows the employee to dictate when they start work, where they work, and essentially when they stop work. There are so many benefits that come from this. You're talking about a better work-life balance, reduced stress, and how about this? You ready for this? It actually makes happy employees who are loyal to the company. It works.
I
believe that. I can believe that.
I'm going to be in from 10 to 2, not 9 to 5. All right.
And I'm very happy.
I love it.
So, Jason, a couple years ago, flexible work wasn't really a thing. So most people went into the office for 8 or 9, maybe even 12 hours, and that was it. What really changed?
TikTok. I'm going to tell you, history is going to talk about TikTok in a way that we can only imagine. I'm 49 years old. So, 10 years ago, 15 years ago, if I had an issue with my boss, guess who I told? Nobody. I drove home, I complained, I would talk to my wife about it. Then the next day I was smiling in front of my boss and he thought that everything was great. Now on TikTok, you have people who are actually doing social media diaries about how tough their life is going in from 9 to 5. And especially consider they were in a tight job market. Now employers are sitting back saying, we've done the research. We need to give these employees this because if we don't, they're going to rebel and we're going to lose.
Yeah, we're going to go viral too at the same time,
I
right?
wonder if that could backfire, though.
We're going to make it work.
Right. I know. Well, let me ask you something. How does remote work help employees, specifically employees of color?
So I'm glad you asked this question. I had a conversation with a manager about maybe 3 weeks ago. And he was at wit's end. He had happened to hire an African-American female, African-American woman who was an executive. He said she's got the great pedigree in terms of her work experience, in terms of her education. The interview went really well. Then we brought her in, and within 6 weeks' time, we started to notice that she was, and he kind of paused and gave me that look, like he wanted to make sure he wasn't going to say anything that was going to be a stereotype. And he said, she just comes across as angry. And then I asked him, so if we're talking about she's angry, you don't like how she shows up, how many African-American peers does she have? And he goes, well, one. Out of the people that report to her, how many are African-American? He goes, well, none. I go, so is it the case that she's really angry, or is she in despair because she's the only one and she's tired of being the only one? Now imagine if you have a flexible work situation where people can not only dictate where they work and how they work, but more importantly, they can do it without feeling the pain of being the only, without feeling the pain of what it's like when they work in an environment that's not inclusive. Flexible work works for people of color because it takes so many of the micro and the macro aggressions out of the equation, and it allows them to show up as their best self.
That's an interesting perspective. Yeah. So we know that some companies are against flexible work models and hours. Why is that?
Because they're old, because they're antiquated. Look, if you don't get with the times are going to go by and you're going to realize that you might be a juggernaut today, but you're a thing of the past tomorrow. So many companies believe that we need to have employees in the office in order to build company culture. But if you have a Facebook account, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, you realize that culture is built every single minute, every single second, virtually. Technology allows us to do what we've always done, and that's to show up. And if you allow people to work and they get to choose how they work, but more importantly, they're hitting their deadlines, what do you have to lose? Stop being old.
I always love having you here.
Antiquated.
Hey, thank you. Y'all are fun. This is so much fun.
Always, always. Thanks for joining us. We will see you soon, I know. All right, you can learn more about workplace diversity by checking out Jason's website, hiregci.com.